What is up with it? We are back here at Genesis 9. Toph is joining me. Happy birthday to Hugs86. It is his birthday today. He just completed his block.
Wow. Happy birthday, Hugo. That's cool. I hope he, I don't know, goes out, does some Hugo things, drinks some nice beer, whatever he does.
Put this on real quick. Hang on.
Yeah. Oh. I admit that me and Ben SW were at the bar last night when you were doing four-side fights and not tuning in.
Which is fine. That's totally cool.
Because
people need to eat. People need to eat, and we can't be watching screens all day.
But if you were watching the screen, if I was watching the screen, what is one good point that you would have made to win that four-side fights competitive debate style? Did you enjoy yourself?
I'll tell you, I felt very unprepared.
Really?
Because I didn't feel I had a strong opinion on most of these. Because there are a lot of prompts. Like, what do you think about this?
Right. You got to make a point real quick.
Oftentimes, I could be very equivocal. In other words, I could say, well, I see this, but then on the other hand, I see this. I don't know.
And they didn't like that you were waffling.
Well, I felt that I was feeling a lot of pressure to provide a concrete answer, Toph.
Okay, name, I don't know. Okay, give me one example here, just so I can paint the picture.
Did Mango get robbed? With rankings.
Right, and they want somebody to come on and say.
That was the upshot. Yeah, either yes or no.
Right.
Rankings are a very subjective thing, Toph.
But you're a very complete and, you take a holistic view to things.
I didn't feel that I had the time to wax poetic either. I felt like I had to fit it into a smaller container, Toph.
Yeah, like an elevator pitch.
Right. If I felt unbounded time, then maybe I would have talked about the nature of the finite and the infinite and how rankings are a finite metric of something that cannot fully be measured. And
yeah.
That's a long time ago, 2014, 2015.
So much has changed, and yet so
much has stayed the same. I mean, we were talking earlier just about the history of Genesis and how it's a tournament where this Peach player from Sweden and Genesis 1 came to the U.S., and we just didn't think that the level of talent was there to get somebody to be good enough to do what Armada was doing, you know?
Right. You feel like you rise to the, the level of your peers, your immediate area. At least back then.
I've been talking about Melee as a campfire, and different regions have it burns brighter or less so based on how many people are currently investing in it in that local area. But the internet makes it so that we sort of have a shared flame, which is so cool because it means that people from all around the world have a much better opportunity to participate in a big fire. But back in the day, in 2009, when Armada was practicing, he did not have access to the U.S. meta. He couldn't get warmed by that fire. Only by YouTube videos, pretty much. Which there were some, but back then there were far fewer.
Yeah, he had to do a lot of analysis and solo practice. There wasn't really, these days if you're I've seen Leffen and Zane just play, and they'll just, it's not the most perfect connection or what have you, but
that's super cool.
It's not that bad.
Yeah. Wow.
You'll take that, right?
Yes.
Dreamland
now. So Toph, tell me about the fact that it is 2-0 in the round of 256 on winner's side.
Wow, that means we're playing best of fives.
Now, I want to understand this better. If it's at the round of 256 and we're doing best of 5,
are we going to finish on time?
That must mean that, there must be a reason for this. I mean, I wonder if we're just at a point where the depth of talent is so high that you actually kind of can't figure out in 2 games which player's better.
Maybe that's where we're at. I don't know.
I mean, there must be a reason why we want best of 5 this deep out.
This is this is the furthest out.
Being best of 5 was actually pretty new for me. The way the community used to do things, every time we would only play best of 5s in basically
finals,
winners finals, losers finals, grand finals. I think some people used to not run 3 out of 5 at losers finals either.
Wow.
So having top 8 be the marker of best of 5s was that was pretty generous. You get to play a lot more Melee, basically. But having it at the round of 256 is new for me.
It's new for me, too. I remember as recently as some majors last year. There were questions about shouldn't we be doing it further out than 64? Further out than top 64. Then it got extended to 96. 256, yeah, that's pretty far out. I have seen some TOs, some TO types say on Twitter that actually, because if you paralyze things well enough, it's not that much of a bottleneck in terms of how long the tournament takes to run.
Yeah.
At like this sort of part of the bracket.
I kind of believe it, yeah.
Because you've got all these other TVs, you're running more matches anyway.
Yeah.
So you know, if that's the case, then it doesn't bother me.
If it's a better experience for the players and the viewers and the community, then it's absolutely what we got to be doing.
XL0 going into a grab tells me something about, you know, his personality and the type of Peach he wants to play.
Ooh, damage.
Oh,
big damage.
Ouch.
Huge damage.
Yeah, that was like 70 damage. That was pretty optimal, I would say.
Oh my goodness, that Pete took the crown off and smacked that fox.
That was super close.
And she puts it on so quick that you literally, unless you know that it happens, I guarantee you could have seen Peach forward air 100 times. You think she's just slapping you real hard.
I needed to pause the game.
Yeah,
you
need to pause it frame by frame to see it. But she takes the crown off and hits you in the face with it. In Tri-State, someone one time called it the royal treatment. And I'm just so sad that that's not the actual name of her forward air.
Yeah.
It's just so perfect to imagine
that the royal treatment
that's the royal
is the name.
treatment. She takes her crown off and smacks you with it. That's the royal treatment.
I like to just pretend it's called that anyway.
And me too. Me too.
Dang.
That was crazy. It's like every time Zuppy made contact and got an opening on Peach, there was a combo string.
Yeah.
Every time. And XL0 was even mixing up DI and like I think crouch, like they were getting hit by like shine turnaround up tilt or something, and they one time ASDI down and hit the ground, but at a different time did a different DI.
Right.
Zuppy followed every single DI.
That
Should I take this medal off? What am I doing wearing this medal?
I kind of like it.
I did it just as a gag, but now I feel like Zuppy's gonna sit. Zuppy's like 200 times better than me. I can't do any of that stuff, but I'm wearing this medal that I didn't earn. It just feels a little bit funny.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
It feels a little bit funny. I feel like I should take it off, put my Genesis staff badge on so people know my actual place. I'm gonna take this medal off, Zuppy. I don't want you to be intimidated. I do have a top 8 medal.
You do have a top 8 medal.
Top 1,
really.
Difficult to.
Top 1 medal at Foresight Fights.
Actually, I can use the medal to line up that I'm in the middle, though. This looks pretty middle.
That's kind of cool.
Zuppy, you can come in closer if you like.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well played.
Now.
Well played.
What's up, guys?
You know what I've been thinking? In my headcanon, I call the 5 gods of Melee the old gods now.
The old gods. Yeah, I like that.
And I was just wondering about how does that make Leffen like the old god slayer? The slayer of old?
Because
maybe he's the old slayer.
Now he's one of the people that the new god slayers want to slay.
Right. He's going to be the slain.
Yeah, well, right now he's slaying. Actually, hang on. Real Thing brought this all the way back home. Oh! With the Phantom, I don't even know if that would matter. Real Thing, even it up. I'm telling you, man, Real Thing's punish game is the real thing.
You love to say it.
Huge. You love to say it. That was a huge attire, though. Leffen keeping it. Look how simple Leffen keeps it, but like simple and effective. I remember we were commentating like a Leffen S2J set one time, and Leffen did like the most. How do I say this without it sounding like it is a negative?
You can say simple and effective again.
Simple. He did like 100% damage combo, and it looked so like basic, but like in a brutally efficient way. And it was like it's the kind of combo you see where you're like, I could do that.
Right.
But it was so good. Leffen staying in the lead, maintaining the lead this game.
My uncle was a big baseball fan, and he said something which I believe is 100% true, speaks to what you're talking about, which I may even have said when you brought this up previously.
Possibly, which would be a loop.
But it was that in baseball, the great fielders, they never make amazing catches. It never looks amazing. As soon as they hit the ball, the great fielders they already know where it's going and they're right under it.
Right. They don't have to do the. Oh,
it's never flashy like that.
They're just there. I love
the big plays come usually from a mistake.
Right.
And the great fielders don't even make those mistakes. They're just right under the ball.
Your uncle said that?
Yeah, it's my great uncle Chet.
Great uncle Chet.
Shout out to Uncle Chet.
Shout out to Uncle Chet. That is really cool. Fully agree with that.
So I think the Real Thing did the right thing there. And did a difficult reaction. That's what I think. I rest my case, Toph.
I rest my case. No, I think you're right. I I'm reminded of one of my senseis, DJ Combo, who did play Falco for a bit, saying, oh, real thing's keeping this going. Hang on, I'll finish my thought when... Get it. Wow, and Levin just gets one short up air.
Levin walked the tightrope the whole way.
He really did. He really did.
Real thing was trying to trim him up, but
he's
Levin kept coming back. Man, even there you get hit by a little bit of the flame. That's a little bit of mental damage.
That is mental damage.
Getting hit by that flame.
Ops is going to make his mental damage tier list, and that's going to be somewhat up there.
That's going to be on there when you get the edge guard, but you just got hit by the flame.
Because it does 14 damage.
Come on, man, are you serious?
So I was going to make the point that DJ Combo told me if you mess up short up laser and you get standing laser, the best thing you can do is shoot a second standing laser.
Yeah, because you don't have the startup frames. It's like way better than the first laser.
Exactly.
The second laser's actually got kind of good stats.
It's got kind of good stats, exactly.
First laser's trash.
Garbage, and it's especially trash if you only shoot one, because then they're going to punish you for sure. Because they think that you think, I messed up, oh my goodness, I need to, stop doing these standing lasers.
It's the same if you miss a gentleman, usually.
You should keep pressing
it. You try to do it nice and delicate. Hey.
And if you rapid jab, you better keep rapid jabbing.
You keep punching.
I've been there. I'm not very good at gentleman, so I've been there.
So if this is as close as it gets, though.
This is one Falco opening, but Levin's got the knockdown.
One shine. Levin's just so punishing on the shield, man. The real thing's been... shield's been... wait a minute.
Oh,
that shield was too small, Toph, and Levin wisely goes for the tail sweep, the down tilt.
Dude.
If you have a teeny tiny baby shield, you can't block your feet.
Teeny tiny baby shield.
You know what I'm saying?
I do exactly know what you're saying, and I feel like there were, that was just the pressure that Levin was putting on that was kind of getting the real thing to overcommit to holding shield just a little bit. Okay, it looks like, maybe they had the wrong counter pick or something. Something like that. Or Real Thing SD'd the first stock, and Levin is homie stocking, and Real Thing doesn't like homie stocks.
Dang.
So he's trying to...
And they just did it all. Counter homie stock till that. It's a homie game.
Homie game.
A homie game. I'll give you a homie game.
Okay, we're actually going to Yoshi's story. I guess I'd like to switch up. I thought Battlefield was fine though. Like Game 2 was as close as it got, but you might as well mix it up. I will say though, this stage. Okay, hang on.
Scar jump. Maybe it's not a good idea there, actually. If you haven't practiced it, you shouldn't mess around like that. Yeah,
but Bobby Big Balls will scar jump there and probably get the edge guard for what it is. Oh, but Bird Bullet! The words I just said were baby brother bullet, for those of you who...
It was definitely unintelligible, though. I love that about it, though.
I would love to put that into one of those...
It was just like B's and R's. It was all mixed up.
YouTube, what is it, like voice recognition? You would not have been able to. I would be frightened to play the real thing if I was any Fox that wasn't on that level. Yeah, Magi, hopefully maybe shows us some of those up airs.
I'm sure she will.
She's definitely been on she's been on the up and up. Let's put it that way. I feel like Magi...
You know what that means, right? Have we talked about this?
No. What is it? Well, I think I know what it means. It means you've been, everything's coming up Magi.
It's actually, you would wish that's what it meant.
Remember when everything was coming up Toph yesterday?
Everything was coming up Toph.
Tell me about the up and up first.
Just lovely when everything's coming up, whoever you are. I love when that happens for you.
What's the up and up? Is it not what I thought it was?
Unfortunately, it means that like you're honest and above board. That's what being on the up and up is, sadly.
Oh.
Now, so colloquially, everybody knows what you're saying. If you're saying someone's growing in the community or on the up and up, they're growing in notoriety.
But what you're saying, what I actually just said is like Magi's being really honest.
Yeah, Magi has not been stealing from anybody. You know, Magi is a fair competitor and does not contest the. You know what I mean?
Okay, I have a really funny story about specifically Magi and theft. It's so funny. So I housed Magi one time. I was housing Magi and Eddie Mexico, which was wonderful. It was a great experience. Just two great people. And we went to like a establishment that I'm not gonna name, but basically went to establishment and dude, she definitely didn't mean to do it, but we definitely like got it. You know, we finished our meal and we got in the Uber home, and Magi just carried her glass of water out with her, like into the Uber. And we're sitting in the Uber, and I was like,
"Where's the glass?"
I was like, "Magi, is that the glass from the restaurant?" And she was like, Oh.
She was really drinking that water.
Yeah, she was just kind of, she had finished it. Yeah. So I actually think it was a milkshake. I actually think it was a milkshake that she was finishing.
Oh, yeah, you can't leave that.
You can't leave the milkshake, so.
But sadly, yeah, we sometimes we gotta ask for a to-go box. But yeah, I guess I suppose that is theft.
And so now, well, yeah, I don't think she meant do it, you know, whatever.
No, I don't think so. I don't think this establishment will charge.
I don't think so either.
Press charges.
It's funny because it's my favorite glass now. I have my glass, and it's like kind of big because you know some of those restaurants.
And now
got
you're
big
in
glasses.
possession.
And now I'm in possession of it. I'm really the thief. She was just an accomplice.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, I'm like extra thirsty, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to use the glass that I stole from that establishment. So
that's really funny.
Have extra beverage. Oh, just a little bit late to that. Gets wake up shine. Oh, Magi up air.
Did you say Magi up air?
Wasn't there an up air in there?
It was a reverse. I saw a reverse strong hit back air into down air.
I think that's exactly what it was. I think there was no up air.
But I think everything builds off each other, you know? If you have the threat of up air and people know about it, then you can start mixing it up. Maybe Magi's video was equally propaganda for it so that the Foxes will start to anticipate it and so that she can now do the next level mix-up because nobody was on the uptake.
If you want to, on the uptake.
Yeah, we're talking about, we got all ups. All up puns this commentary session.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're up and at 'em because, yeah, you're right. I mean, Magi can threaten up air, and you need to DI out to get out of that string where you can just chain up air and up air into up air.
And then you're going straight out.
Yeah, and then Bear is really going to end you. This might actually be one of those situations.
We were just talking about this yesterday.
No DI?
Yeah, I mean, but then you're starting to say to people that you need to challenge your own didn't get there
instinct.
Fast enough. Yeah, you need to change these what is now we're calling a bad habit, which is to DI everything. It's kind of a bad habit that most of us have to DI everything.
Everything, yeah. It's
probably a good idea to not DI particular moves in particular situations, including Falco up air in that particular situation that Magi made a wonderful video of.
Yeah, Amsa was showing me some setups with Yoshi where you need to do no DI to get out. And I mean, yeah, Yoshi's going to be the kind of character people don't really know what's going on.
By the way, when people start to do 3 DIs. I think it's like more possible to react and do cool combos with 2 DIs. But
I agree.
It's going to be even harder to do cool combos
with 3 DIs,
which is something I particularly like.
Right, doing cool combos.
Yeah, I guess some combos is guaranteed no matter what your DI is, and we'll just have to really love those ones.
Oh, Magi almost getting there in time.
That was a race to the finish, Toph.
That really was.
Well, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Oh, okay. What? I did not expect up smash to go off the top like that, but it did.
And was that some kind of funny cancel? You know what I'm talking about, the funny cancels?
Yeah, like she did like a shine land kind of situation.
There's no impact lands. Yeah, shine land, something like that.
I think it was a shine land, yeah. Which is quite hard to do. You have to shine at like the precise moment to trick the game into thinking that you did it grounded.
Or maybe Falco could just full jump and like beautifully lands.
He might have a speedrun setup. We talk about speedrun setups.
I mean, tell me, yeah.
Oh, I don't know, like, you know, in Ocarina.
Any fixed kind of setup. That
any kind of fixed kind of setup. Exactly. Yeah. Like, okay, a classic one in Melee is if a Puff is sleeping, Puff Mr. Rest, and you're Marth, you can walk up to her, roll through her, and then you'll get tipper down smash.
Right.
So
that's a setup. It's a speedrun strat.
Speedrun strat. Okay. Ooh,
that's actually pretty interesting, Toph, to think about all the different like mini games that we're playing that are kind of speed runs. Like, how fast can you get Falco from one side of the stage to the other?
Yeah.
And if you can use those platforms and you have setups for how to like ledge cancel stuff, then you can move way faster than the time would be for just holding right.
Oh, there's the up air. Yes, it's definitely something that a lot of the top players have to think about. Amsa was showing me new ways to get to the ledge from top plat on Battlefield, actually. And how when you can get there faster, there's certain edge guards that you can do where it used to be you had to just give it up.
Do you know there was an urban legend back in my time? 1-1, by the way. I'm loving these 3 out of 5s.
Yeah.
I'm loving that we get to see this. Back in my day, there was an urban legend that foxtrotting was faster than like full run or like the dash wave dash dash or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've heard this.
And that proved to be false because we couldn't actually measure it, but we had a belief that it made you faster. But it's kind of interesting that like we've kind of been doing these weird little speed runs, if you think about it as a mini speed run within a fighting game.
I remember we used to do, we used to believe that if you double jump, say I hit you off stage and you want to double jump and start your recovery, we used to believe that if you double jumped and do an aerial, you go like further or faster, which I think is true for some characters in some aerials, like Kirby's forward
A lot
air.
of people still do that. I feel like Mango, every time he gets hit off,
he
double jump up airs.
Me too.
Why? I don't know.
I did it because of Mango. I think we all learned
why does he do it? Maybe it's because he heard one time, and then he built a habit, and there's no reason not to do it.
There's no reason not to do it, and it looks kind of cool.
I guess you kind of get some more choice points, but none that you really want.
Yeah. I think for Jigglypuff it does matter. Like when Jigglypuff jumps and does a back air, I think it kind of.
I have heard about Kirby too. And I once heard that Captain Falcon, if you double jump backwards, it goes higher. But I've since heard that that's not true. But I don't believe the people who told me they checked.
Now it is true that if you full jump backwards as Captain Falcon, it goes higher. Because that's how you know impact land on the Yoshi Story top plat. And if you don't jump backwards, you don't.
You won't.
So I don't know. There might be some truth to that.
Maybe I heard that and I thought that it meant double jump, but it just meant grounded full hop. You know, because it's grounded full hop.
That was a quattro.
I'm in the ledge. Remember, like we gotta grab that ledge versus Falco, but what do I know?
You have to. Remember we used to talk about momentum a lot. I feel like we don't talk about it enough anymore. Like when you're beating the brakes off someone, when you hit someone with a tough, like a hard combo, it slows them down much of the time. You see it even at the top level of play.
Absolutely.
And there was a moment where Money got slowed down by Magi's combo game, but I think he's found his footing.
Absolutely happen. Yeah, you got to kind of like.
You got to kind of reset.
It's like you get hit hard, you got to like shake your head and come out of it. You're in a daze.
I think Money did though.
Dazed. Yeah, absolutely. And I love that about what we're seeing in these best of fives because you sort of, it's almost like a best of five forgives some inconsistency. You know, sometimes we'll get rattled. But if it's only a 2 out of 3, if you get rattled, you're kind of done.
Yeah.
At 3 out of 5, it seems like maybe you can get a little bit shook, but it's like both players have time to get shook.
And
and then we get to see, where the dust settles.
Right.
Once everything's been shaken off.
Oh, careful! Oh wow, and that bear just barely whiffing.
Oh my goodness! The awareness from Magi, that's just a situation where conventional logic is we're both just trying to recover, you know, nothing to see here. But Magi recognizing an opportunity to double jump down air and end the set with that's a period, punctuation mark.
Yeah. Magi, I think, demonstrated some really, really heads-up play.
Heads up play.
Heads up
play on the up and up.
On the up and up. And quick on the uptake.
With the uptake.
That's right. That was pretty good.
Would you call that an upset? Or would you say Magi was the favorite?
No, I'd say Magi was the favorite.
But no upsets here.
No upsets here.
Not in that set.
Not in that set.
But an exciting 4-game set.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Where I noticed a dialogue evolve